Hey guys, I gotta watch where I wave now. I'm blocking the view of all my friends. Anyway, this week has been pretty uneventful, except for the downvoting attack that happened on our pants yesterday. I don't really want to get into it, there's a lot of drama, and Leon already posted a link in his video yesterday. Basically, the issue was resolved today because the admin Kasper stepped in and he fixed everything. He made sure that this kind of attack could never happen again, and he changed the face of our pants by doing some crazy magic. It reminded me a lot of a couple of shows that I really like, Avatar and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Basically, there's a new world order on our pants, and I'm really excited. Anyway, that's enough about that. In academic news, I went to an informal lecture today by a senior graduate student who explained how to use coral records in order to estimate temperature of the past. Basically, they find these corals in the ocean that are like 200 years old, and they drill through the core of it, and what they end up seeing through this cross-section is that there are these kind of bands that appear, sort of like tree rings, where each band is sort of like a year of growth. So they look at the band and they see how much the coral grew in a given year. They extract some of the sample from the coral and then they run it through this mass spectrometer, which basically shoots a giant laser beam at it, and explodes it, and it's a bunch of craziness. They look at the isotopic composition of the calcium carbonate and they see the different ratios of the oxygen and carbon isotopes. It's a whole lot of isotopic geochemistry, which I know nothing about, and there's actually a relationship between isotopic oxygen ratios and temperature. So they can actually use these isotope ratios in order to reconstruct the temperature of the past, which is just crazy. Anyway, I really did not want to get all sciencey on you guys, but it was really interesting, and it's totally different than what I normally do, so it was kind of fun. So that all happened in the morning, and then I had a meeting with my advisor and co-advisor in the afternoon, and my advisor actually told me that I should be taking my qualifying exam sometime in the next couple months. Oh my god! I mean, I already knew that I had to take my qualifying exam soon, and I actually thought it was going to be by the end of September, but then things got delayed and there was a lot of stuff that was happening with research and everything, and we just didn't really get around to talking about the qualifying exam. But now it's really going to happen, and it's definitely almost surely going to happen before Thanksgiving. I told my advisor that I didn't want to take the exam before my brother's wedding because then I would have way too much stuff going on. This basically means that there's a month window from the middle of October to about the middle of November in which I'll be taking it. So it's definitely going to be crazy crunch time in the next couple months. My advisor basically says that this is a formality and that I already have done way more work than I need to for this, and I just need to kind of pull things together and compile everything and make it a nice long story and present it in a nice neat way. But it's still really, really scary and really nerve-wracking. Hopefully that pseudoscience spiel that I gave earlier in the video is going to be scientific enough for my committee. Finally, in non-academic news, my roommate and I signed up for another 5K run that's happening next Friday. We're somehow really bad at planning ahead because we just signed up for this run this week, and that means that we only have about a week to train. We actually didn't even go on any runs this week, we only went swimming. I haven't even been to the gym in a few weeks because my gym buddy's been away, and I clearly don't have enough motivation to go by myself. We actually had the option next week to run a 5K or a 10K, but because we were only deciding like a week in advance, then we kind of decided that maybe 10K is a little too much. Anyway, all that to say, we're running a 5K next week, and I'm going to get another free shirt, so yay for swag. I guess that's all the updates for now, so see you guys next week. I'm totally winning. Bye. Big group hug. Basically, I think I've said basically a lot in this video. Basically, everything is basic, basically.